Okay, supposedly we are live and we're pushing to YouTube. So we are on standby. So we're getting like 5 minutes of standby time just to get all settled in and ready. And yeah. You really shouldn't be concerned of where the camera is. I honestly don't care which direction you're looking. Yeah, that's fine. Like turn around and look at the vans outside. Just completely oblivious, as you usually are. Okay. So yeah. We got like a couple minutes before I don't think anyone was expecting. I don't know how the notifications work on YouTube, but I'm sure somebody got a notification, but it's like super late. It's like 11 now. So no, I actually don't think anybody's going to be watching this live, so we're kind of just doing this for the recording. I can hear myself. What? What are you talking about? Let me see. I think it's because I'm not gonna explain. I'm just gonna do. So shut up. Wait, say something. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. Nothing. I'm not explaining anything to you. Um, why is that? Say something.
Blah blah blah.
Oh, I see. I see. That's why. Say something again.
I am saying something again.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what's going on. Okay, you should be. Your audio should be good. Your audio should be
Blah
added
blah blah
now.
blah 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 blah. Oh, my mic is like all the way over here. Hold on. Okay, there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Are you done? Are you done? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, welcome back to Wolf Radio. This is your host, Nitro Wolf, and today we're doing episode 9. And the topic of the day is going to be ghosting, everybody's favorite subject. So, that said, it's going to be pretty spicy because it's one of my most personal fucking hated subjects because I've experienced it multiple times. So, excuse me if I'm bitter and not super objective about this because yeah, I hate people that ghost. And it's just it's almost become a normal part of our society where people just have normalized it so much. So, yeah, let's get this going. Like usual, it's going to be completely unscripted, but I have been thinking about ghosting pretty much the entire week. So, yeah, I've been pretty heated the last week. So, what is ghosting exactly? Ghosting is two things. Like it can be intentional and unintentional. However, I am saying that it is hurtful in either way. Either way it happens, whether it's intentional and unintentional, like it's hurtful. And what ghosting is when you have an online communication with someone and you just completely dry turkey like cut them off right then and there. And then you never come back to it. So the responses to that is usually the other person will either be insulted and just completely just back off and never talk to you again, which is what the intention of ghosting is like when somebody does intentional ghosting is they don't want to talk to that person, so they just straight up cold turkey like just disengage. They don't block them. They don't like do anything like further actions. They just back off and never reply to the message. Um, and the unintentional form of ghosting, it's like it's almost like that person just is not important enough to warrant a continued the continued respect of replying to them. So it's like they're just not important enough to keep in your memory. So that in itself is also disrespect. So either way it happens, it's a negative. It's a negative, and like I do not think that people who do ghosting, both indirect and direct, receive the consequences of it anymore. And I just recently saw it because Frosty posted about it, and immediately somebody came to the defense saying, "Oh, it's okay. Like it happens to everybody. Like, you can reply to at your own pace. Like who cares? Like they're just friends, right? Like it's not a big deal." And it's like that's the thing. It's like it is a big deal because at the end of the day, you're hurting people. And I don't see that as a good thing like at all. Because, like I said, you can try to make like a million excuses as to why. Like, if you actually reply, like in the unintentional form, you can, say, "Oh, this was happening, this, that, that." But there's not a lot of excuses. Like a normal day to day basis, there's not a lot of excuses where I think it's acceptable to where you just completely forget about people. Like, I understand, like, there's like, someone close to you, like a death or a traumatic event where there's like an accident or something. And I understand that where you just completely lose like sight of online communications. But when it's like normal day to day, like nobody, literally nobody is busy to the point you cannot just say like, "Hey, how's it going? Like I see your message, but like I'm super busy and I can't get back to you, but hopefully we can make time later. Like, ciao." Like I know engineers that work like 60-hour weeks and they still reply to stuff. Like there is no excuse. Like I've seen people with 100,000 followers on Twitter reply to messages like genuinely. So it's like you have all these people that just, oh, forget. And it's like, that's a really bad aspect. And it's like you should pay for it. Like it's not a good thing to be forgetting people all the time. You should like I don't know, just say it. Like if that person does not interest you and you don't want to talk to them, it's better for everybody involved if you just let them know like, "Hey, this isn't really working out for me, and I value my time, and I think you should value yours, and we just got to move on because this isn't working out. Like, I'm not having a good time talking to you. Like, sorry, but, I'm going to let you go now. And, from there, the other person should be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, I'm just going to go. And if they don't go, literally just block them. Fucking block them on the spot. Like, don't ghost. Like, it's not that fucking hard. You don't have to ghost. You can just tell people to fuck off or block them. Those two options are always better than ghosting. Like, like I see people like they say, oh well, it's okay because like I have friends that I can come back to like 5 months from now, and they're perfectly fine. It's like, no, the way I see it is that if you have friends like that, let's say friends, if you have friends that tell you that, it just means they don't give a fuck enough about you. You're not that important to them where, you have to be there consistently. Like 5 months, like so much changes online in 5 months that it's like you're basically meeting a stranger again. So I really don't consider those people as being friends. Like maybe friendly, maybe you've de-leveled because I believe in if you don't upkeep your friendships, they do degrade over time. So coming back to a friend, like let's take an example. I came back to a friend or tried to that I met like 12 years ago. They're a completely different person. Like I literally told them like, "Listen, I understand. Like we're completely two different people. Like we can try this out, but I understand this might not work out cuz you know, last time you met me, I was in the Marine Corps and I was like super gung ho and I was, looking to make my entire life a military career. And now here I am, a civilian with you. And now we need to figure this out, see if we're still compatible. And, in the end, it didn't work out because I'm just completely different from what I was 12 years ago. So even then, it's like 5 months for me is just too much. So my guidelines are like if 3 months pass and I don't get a single fucking word from someone, that's pretty much it. Like I'm done. Like no, I'm sorry. Like you're basically back to stranger status at that point because you did not choose to upkeep that friendship. You chose to not even say like, "Hey, I've been having a really couple like rough months. Like I'm sorry I didn't check in on you guys. Like, maybe we can like plan something for like next month or something." But I just wanted to let you know that I'm still alive. But, we get all these stupid fucking memes now where it's like, oh, last seen 8 years ago. And it makes me so mad. Like, oh, it's hilarious. Like, oh, it's like, he disappeared one day. It's like, that person did not have to disappear. And I think what makes me so mad about this subject is that ghosting promotes this idea that there's um no stability. Like that it's so hard to find stability with an online friendships. Like it was so much easier. It was almost easier like 10 years ago to maintain stability in friendships online. Like like that's the thing. It's like I have kept some friends from like 12 years ago. Like we were all like Xbox players and we all played Battlefield and we all played fucking Destiny and we're still friends to an extent. Like we had those things in similar and we still have things in similar. But like now like here's the thing and it's like I've asked myself a lot. It's like, am I the problem? Like, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, no, it's not that I'm the problem. It's just that the way the fucking atmosphere of the society is now, it's like people almost expect a fucking friendship to be dead within like a month. Like they don't upkeep anything. They don't fucking check in. They don't fucking care. They only want to like use you as a temporary dump for whatever they're talking about. And it's like they just don't check back in. They just fucking go off and make more friends and then dump those friends and then make more friends. And it's like this constant revolving door, constantly revolving. And it's so exhausting where I'm at the point where I don't want to make any close friends anymore. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of being fucking betrayed, of being ghosted, about being neglected, about, just being put in this box and then, being told later, it's like, oh, we weren't actually close friends. Like, you must have gotten the wrong idea. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess I fucking did. I don't fucking know what we are. Like, I guess we're fucking acquaintances. And I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm completely fucking tired of the way people treat upkeep of relationships. And I'm sick and fucking tired of people pretending like it's okay to fucking leave people on red or leave people fucking unread when I know fucking for sure they can see the notifications. Like, they just don't check back. They just fucking disappear, just gone. And it's like you just don't give a fuck. Like, and then you have these same fucking people, the same people going on fucking social media and asking why they're so fucking lonely. And it just makes me fucking feral as fuck. It's like, you're literally fucking lonely because you're neglecting me. Like, I was here, I am still here, and you're not fucking there. And you're sitting there on social media saying, "Oh, I'm so lonely. I don't understand why I can't make friends." And it's like, yeah, you're the fucking problem. Like, literally, everyone else is the fucking problem. Like, I will acknowledge where I have problems, but this one I see as being the community at large having these fucking problems where they're just socially inept to the point where, like, their own fucking narcissism does not let them see that maybe they should upkeep the relationships they have instead of trying to consistently make new ones. It's like, you only need like 10 good friends. You don't need to fucking have your fucking 10,000 followers as your friends. Like, you don't need to consistently keep making friends. And I'm at the point where I'm learning this the hard way. I'm at the point where I don't want to deal with it anymore. And it's not even I'm not even gonna fucking say that I'm too old for this shit. Like, I'm definitely not. Like, I have more energy than most of you fucking do. But it's like, the way I see it, it's just not fucking worth it anymore. It's just not worth it. Like, I can't find the fucking people that are willing to put some commitment into getting into the closer friendships in the fucking furry Twitter bubble. It just doesn't happen. And like, when somebody, and people have admitted to me, well, I'm like really bad at small talk. It's like, I'm not here for small talk. I don't fucking do small talk. You see my fucking show? You see Woof Radio? None of it is fucking small talk. I'm here for fucking serious subjects. I'm here for fucking, deep psychological thought where we do fucking think tanks. You can bring serious subjects to me and I will fucking listen to you. I'm not fucking, I'm not gonna fucking shit on you on the spot. I'm going to fucking give you my point of view and you might not like it, but I'm not there to fucking shit on you unless you deserve it. But that's the thing. It's just, I'm so sick and tired of what the internet has become. Like, you see it across the board, like, and you're gonna keep hearing it. We are the most connected community, but we are now the loneliest. And you're gonna keep hearing that because I keep hearing it. I keep hearing it, and I keep seeing those fucking posts where it's like, "Oh, I can't find friends. I can't find friends," and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what people want. Like, I made myself available. I made so many friends, and I was left with nothing at this point. And I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. And at this point, I don't care what to do because I have a lot to do. And I'm not for being betrayed anymore. Like that's just, you know, beating a dead horse. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. It's insanity. And I guess I'm at the point where I'm learning, and I'm not gonna call it maturity. I'm not gonna call it getting more mature. I'm not gonna call it that I'm getting old. I'm just gonna call it that I'm just fucking sick and tired of people. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go over to what Frosty wants to say. If she has anything to say, really this episode was kicked off by that interaction on Twitter with Frosty, because I started to think, and I've always thought about it a lot. And I think for me, the culmination of this whole ghosting and neglect of relationships was the end of December, where I started to get more feral and more angry about things. It's like that was my breaking point, is after December, when nobody checked in on me. Like nobody fucking came and checked and said like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like everybody just like assumed I'm perfectly fine. And that's what I got. That's literally what I got from people. It's like, "Oh, well, you didn't say anything. How was I supposed to know?" It's like you're supposed to pay attention. You're supposed to know. Like we're supposed to be friends. You're supposed to know. Like that is one of the stupidest fucking excuses is, "Well, you didn't tell me." You have eyes. You have ears. Fucking use them. Like, it's incredible to me because it's that same fucking mentality. And I'm going to bring that much more serious subject in because it's the same fucking mentality. When we get a fucking mass shooter, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, I never saw that coming. Like, I didn't know that guy was like that." But everybody fucking knew because there's history, there's records. And then everybody pretends, "Oh, I had no idea." It's like, you did though. The guy fucking posted it over and over and over. He gave you every fucking sign. It's like we're out here making fucking monsters, and then when the tragic event, the fucking disaster happens, everybody fucking goes and says, "Oh, I had no idea. I didn't know." Every time, like fucking clockwork. And that's honestly what fucking breaks me, is that people are just sitting there and saying, "Oh, I didn't know because you didn't tell me." What? Like, I don't know. Just use your eyes, use your ears. Like, be a fucking friend. It's not that hard. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Frosty. It's all you. Take it away. How do you feel about ghosting? What
Oh,
is your
geez.
experience with ghosting?
Okay. Well, hi guys. I'm a ghoster. um, Basically, yeah, I mean the whole post that I made, right, was I had a longtime friend confront me basically and tell me, basically pulled a nitro and was like, "Hey, like I don't appreciate that I keep seeing notifications from your Discord server and you're not answering my, personal messages, my DMs or whatever." So I was trying to explain to him like, oh fuck, that the whole like, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but Discord did change its UI, and I find it hard, me personally, to see DMs in Discord because it's so out of the way now. You have to like, at least on mobile, and like you have to like, it's down at the bottom now, whereas before it used to be like right there with your servers. Like now it's in a whole separate tab. So it's almost like Discord is pushing you to be active more on like servers instead of like directly messaging people. And so that was my like first excuse. And I guess you could call it an excuse, is blaming the UI. But and I told him, I said, if you want to message me in a better way, like text me on my phone, like there's Telegram, like I promise I'll see those for sure, you know. Um and so yeah, but then this isn't the first time. The only reason why this hit me more uh I guess personally is because he's such a longtime friend of mine and he kind of got pushed into the back, you know. And it's like it is my fault. You know, I should have taken better care and I should be taking better care of my friends, but you know, as with most introverts, unfortunately, we have anxiety and like I'm not saying that as like again as an excuse, but there are just times where like I'll pick up my phone to read someone's message and I have no idea like how to respond to them like at all. Like I'll be sitting there like coming up with 50 different ways to respond to them and they all suck and I freeze and I go do something else and then I completely forget to like respond to them. Like um so obviously like people like me are probably what Nitro hates the most.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
just
yeah, I absolutely fucking detest. I fucking detest indecisive introverts. Because
yeah.
in that situation, I would literally I would love you if you just fucking said, "Hey, I don't know how to deal with this, bro." And I would be like, "Oh, okay, cool." It's that fucking simple.
Yeah.
But but
So
but all I get is blank. 2 weeks later, blank. 2 months later, blank. And that's the thing. That's the thing, guys. I fucking check back in and I see that DM is still fucking blank.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if any of my friends are like as crazy as you, but like um I at least try to message back within a couple weeks. Like it if I do have a freeze up moment, I'll come back to it. Like it's probably not going to be that same day, but it'll be like, you know, not a month later. I think I've ever ghosted someone for like a month. That was the longest, but you know, it's like I don't know. And then it's kind of like a downfall of me because I just assume like, oh, like you have me on Snapchat, you have me on Facebook, you know, XYZ platform, and you see that I post every day. So like we can just interact.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. That's a big fucking issue I take with too. Is I've actually been fucking told before. Hey, you can still interact with my posts and we can still be friendly, but like maybe we shouldn't be DMing and you can like go back to just being, general population. And I was like, "Ooh, so you're asking me to be your fan." Well, guess what? I'm not here to be your fucking fan. I am a person. I'm not just a fucking number for you. So I'm going to fucking block you. Because that's the thing. I'm not here to be anybody's fucking fan. And in the same way is
Mhm.
if somebody else wants to actually talk to me as a person and actually be my friend, I fully accept it. I'm not going to fucking, let people just be fans. I'm not okay with this mentality where it's like, well, it's okay if you're my fan. Because what that language is saying, what you were just saying is, well, you can still interact in the public spaces. It's like, oh, so you want them to be your fan. Like
Mm,
that's the issue there. That's the issue that I take with that is uh being a fan versus being a friend. Two completely different things. Like you should not fucking merge them together and pretend like your fans are your friends and your friends are your fans. Like these are two different things. Like if you have somebody that you're only allowing to interact in public spaces, like that's not a friend. That's a fan. And that's why they're upset at you. And you need to understand that you're treating them as a fan.
yeah. It's just I think it's different with people that I know in real life compared to online too because this person I've known in real life. And so like people who like follow me on other social medias, I don't consider them fans of mine. They're just friends and we interact in a more public space. And it's mostly just
Well,
because I don't really have anything to talk about with most of these people because everyone's usually busy with their own things and half of them have families and I'm just like I'd rather not burden people with like interactions that like they probably don't care for. So it's like I don't know, I kind of just assume a lot of things and yeah, I mean mostly everyone is okay with that. Like I said, this per one person is the one that actually is
well
confronted me
that
about it.
right, no, that's the thing. It's like that is exactly the problem I'm trying to get to. That exactly what you just said is mostly everyone is okay with it. They shouldn't be. We should not be okay with it. That's the thing. It's like it's so normalized to fucking just be a neglectful asshole that people come to your defense when you say, "Oh well, and you come up like with excuses, and they're like, "Oh well, that's okay because everybody should reply at their own pace."
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
you're like that's the thing. Your pace should never be replying. Never. That should never be your fucking pace. Your pace should never be replying every 2 weeks, every fucking month. We are past that. We are past that. It's like even even mail. Like mail back in the fucking 1800s only took like 2 weeks to get from one side of the country to the other side.
yeah.
Like what why are we pretending like, oh, it's so difficult to send a quick one two sentence fucking message.
Well, like I said, and I think we've talked about this before in another episode, but COVID really fucked us all up. Like the social isolation, like, and I've noticed like recently because like I don't remember having this problem in college. I mean, I was glued to my phone in college. I was always texting somebody, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it's like you know, now it's like I don't really even want to interact with anybody. Like it's exhausting, like and it's like, even right now, I'm like stuttering, like I really don't like my train of thought is all fucked up. And it's just like it's hard, and it's like I don't like again, I'm not saying it as an excuse, but it's like people have been affected by this negatively. And it's like I don't know how to fix it other than like obviously like just putting myself out there. But again, it's like that's so exhausting. Like I come home from work and I like fucking like I barely want to talk to like two other people like outside of you. Like I'd just rather like exist in the real world and like not be like messaging 20 people. Like I don't know. And then it's like maybe it is because I'm getting older, but then again it's like maybe not. Like I don't know. I don't know what the fix would be besides just brute forcing it. Like just, putting myself
No,
out
that's the
there.
thing. That's the thing. It's like it's so silly. It's so silly. Like because you're saying, "Oh, because I'm getting older." It's like Frosty. I'm older than you.
I mean, true, but you're also an extrovert. Like your personality type is different than mine.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't know. Like I said, I didn't used to be like this and I don't really know where in the timeline that changed. It's definitely been within the last 5 years that this has changed. Probably therapy didn't help either because my most recent therapy visit, she was like, "Well, you're neglecting your partner because you're on the phone all the time and he doesn't know who you're talking to." So it's like that kind of got burned into my brain too. I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I should like put my phone away and like I don't know, like listen to this person, which hardly ever talked anyway, so that was a big fucking waste of time." But anyway, it's
Yeah, it
just like
is.
so
And she like let's be clear here. She's talking about her ex because
yeah.
I'll be clear right now. I don't give a fuck. She could be on her phone 24/7. At the end of the day, we're here in person. Like I could literally slap the phone out of her hand and be like, "Hey, let's fucking do something."
Yeah, which I obviously would want you to do. Like that's I'm just scared of that like too. I'm just like I don't want to like get back to how I used to be because like my parents would talk shit about me for that too. They were like, "How about you get off your phone and go outside or something?" Like constant, like all throughout fucking high school I heard that. So it kind of got I guess like drilled into my head like, oh shit, like maybe I shouldn't like be talking to people. Maybe I shouldn't be wasting my time on people online when I could just, be outside or draw or do something. So it's a combination of things. And like everyone's situation is unique. I get it, but it's like I think ultimately we probably do us introverts probably just have to just fucking go out there and just deal with the pressure. Like if all I can give you is a yeah or like, oh,
No,
that's cool.
it's like
Like,
what I'm seeing, and I know I could get burned for these words, but it's like what I see is a lot of babying. Like there's a lot of babying with the whole introvert personality, specifically that I see on Twitter, where they're like, "Oh, it's okay to be anxious and stay away from like stressful social situations, this and that." It's like that's the thing. If you constantly keep babying yourself and you never try, and you always look for your little safe space, and always isolate yourself, you're never going to reach anything better. You're never going to reach, a better understanding of social capacity because you're not practicing it, because you're removing yourself. So
yeah.
it's like you cannot continue following this advice where it's just like, oh, it's okay, just do things at your pace, like stay away from like, any loud situation, stay away from stress, stay away from conflict. Cause like I've met these people where they're like, well, I like staying away from conflict. I just kind of want to do like basic things and like, I just want to have fun. But then, every other day they post, "Oh, I'm so lonely. Like I think I'm so burned out. Like I my depression and like I don't know what to do. Like I don't think I can ever make real friends." And I'm like, you are so ass.
Yeah. It's
And it's like
yeah.
it's just this constant like it's okay. Like I will say this, it's okay to be defensive, but when you're so defensive, you end up isolating, and that just does not help you because you don't grow as a person. Because you cannot grow in isolation. You need interactions. You need to meet new people. You need to, weather storms. You need to go through adversity to become better. Like unfortunately, like it's true. You need these adversities for character development. Like you need to, life to suck for you to understand how to get better. You need to be able to solve these social issues. You can't just keep fucking retracting yourself and then somehow pretend like you're going to be better at something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's yeah, like you said, I mean that's honestly the only way to grow as a person. And it's like I've definitely put myself in more uncomfortable situations, like at least at work. Like I'm trying to like get myself to like, be better at the small talk, and it's definitely difficult, but like I feel like I've gotten a little bit better just because like, oh, like I'm at a new environment, I'm in a new
And no,
job.
no, 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 no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm being 100% with you. Is nobody gives a shit about small talk. Nobody gives a fuck about small talk. Primarily, what people want to hear is they want to hear about themselves through you. So if you're truly interested in someone, you need to ask them about themselves. You need to, get them talking about, their hobbies and, who they are, where they came from, blah, 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 blah. Like
Mhm.
nobody gives a fuck about small talk. Really, what they're trying to get is, a more relatable information out of you. Like, that's how you form a friendship is really you exchange information. Like small talk, what is that gonna do for you? Like, literally, what is that gonna do for you? Like, you talk about the weather, you talk about fucking, like, what do fucking 30-year-olds talk about? Fucking medical insurance.
Mhm.
Like no, absolutely seriously. Fucking, we had a friend just fucking it was like he started talking about medical insurance, and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't even been to the doctor in the last 10 years. Like I don't care about medical insurance. Talk to me about something interesting.
Well,
Like,
then again, there's that pressure, like not knowing what you're interested in, and like the
well then
fear of bringing up
like
something that
literally just
like,
stare into my eyes and give me a kiss. Like I don't give a fuck. Don't fucking talk then.
oh my god.
Like that's the thing. That's the thing. If you have nothing to talk about, literally just say, "Hey, I don't have anything to talk about." Like, I'll come back later when I find something interesting. Like, catch you around, bruh. Like, honestly, it really is that simple. Like, you don't have to fucking consistently have something interesting to talk about. You can literally just be honest and say, "Hey, I'm kind of fucking blanked out. Like, I got nothing." And
Yeah.
that's honestly more respectful than you fucking sitting there and just being fucking blank eyed and not fucking responding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for people that say, "Oh well, I'm scared," it's like, well, how you fucking beat fears is you have to actually fucking face them.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
So it's
fucking
it's it's a
pick,
work in
yeah,
progress.
yeah. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, you're. I mean, the punishment for ghosting really is, it's minimal, but when it's unintentional, your punishment is that you lose that friend.
Yeah, and I think I'm
But
on
but I'll
borderline with this person. And it's sad, you know.
yeah,
I don't want to lose their friendship.
yeah, a lot of people like the way they cope is they just go fucking make more friends. They don't even address the issue. They just go make more friends. And it causes that whole revolving door thing I said. Like they don't even
Mhm.
fucking face the consequence. They're just like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just replace you."
Yeah, no, I can say for 100% certainty that that is not me. If anything, I just get incredibly depressed and I like mourn for the loss of this person and then yeah, I just move on. Like I don't like go out of my way. Like so I remember I the first time I ever lost a friend was through like a misunderstanding. And I ended up missing this friend's birthday party in like middle school, right? And then all of a sudden he completely like dropped me, wouldn't talk to me like during school. Like we would pass each other in the hallways and we'd always say hey and like talk and like walk together. And then all of a sudden he just like stopped. And I was obsessed over him. I was like, hey, like okay, his name was Martin. I was like, "Hey, Martin, like, why are you ignoring me? Like, what did I do?" He's like, "Well, you didn't care to show up to my birthday party." And I was like, "But nobody, my parents didn't tell me." Like, because like back then, like your parents would fucking bring you to your friends' birthday parties and all that shit. Because there were no cell phones and whatever. But my mom didn't tell me, and so I got really upset at my mom because she was friends with his mom and she should have known. And so anyway, I remember like writing him a letter and like just like please don't like end our friendship over this. Like we're really close, like we were in band together and all this stuff, and it's like that really stung. And so like now with cell phones, there's really like no excuse. Like there's and like I said, like it's just like once you lose somebody, like you don't know what you have until it's gone. Like, for me, like I'll sit there and I'll like think about like all the memories will start flooding in and it's like fuck, like I cared about this person, but why didn't I put the effort in? And then it's like too late because like, like people that were in your life that like aren't there anymore, like they don't know what they lost like by losing you as a friend. Like, literally all they have to do is just keep communication, like, put the effort in. And so that's what I'm trying to learn from this most recent event with my friend now. It's like, fuck, I don't want to lose him. Like, I don't want to lose him as a friend. And it's frustrating because I'm more mad at myself than anything because it is my fault. And it's just like, but it's almost like the route that society is going is that like they're apologetic to these kinds of behaviors, and yeah, it shouldn't be the norm, you know, for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
it's like that's the thing. If like you make it uh into my access levels, like close friend, like level 2 close friend, cuz I have 5 levels. It's like 1, which is Frosty, 2, which is close friend, and it's like 3, which is like daily contact friend, daily weekly, and then there's 4 where it's like monthly, and then there's 5 where it's like acquaintance. So if you make it to level like 2, that means that I will literally borderline die for you. So it's like there's just this like misunderstanding of the fucking levels of friendship with people. Like I'll have somebody that I think is like a really good friend. Like I will do a lot for them. I'll like go out of my way to do things for them. And then it hurts like really fucking hard when they say back, it's like, oh well, I didn't think you were that good of a friend. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've shared my stories with you. I've been more intimate with you. Like I've given you more vulnerability, and now you're telling me that we're not actually good friends. Like that is one of the bigger betrayals that I've fucking experienced, honestly.
well,
Is
and
like the whole fucking like I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it. It's like I don't know. I don't know what to call that.
well, I was gonna,
Misunderstanding, I guess.
yeah, maybe we're just not on the same wavelength, I guess. But no, I was gonna say, like, before I met you, like, I think society's just normal levels of friendship are just like how mine used to be. It's like partner, so boyfriend would be on the top. Uh and then best friends, whatever the fuck that meant, whatever. I don't know my fucking threshold for a best friend other than talking to each other every day and doing stuff on the weekends. That was what qualified you for a best friend for me. And then friends, which was like the general public, and then like strangers. Like so I think everyone's like hierarchy of relationships is very elementary, like mine used to be, compared to yours, because like yours is very like you researched like the circles of friendships, and that isn't really talked about with like the general public. Like, I feel like people, if you bring up circle of friends or like the relationship circles with somebody like on the street, they wouldn't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about. Like you would have to actually like go and like read up about it, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, but
Mhm.
that's not what everyone's first opinion of their hierarchy is. Like, I'm sure it's very basic, like what mine was. Like,
Yeah. And ultimately that's what I'm saying is it's all become this revolving door, and nobody's taking accountability for their actions. Like the way they cope is to just move on to someone else. And that's not right. But there's nothing you can really do because you can't force fucking people to be friends.
hmm,
So it kind of we're kind of just fucked in that aspect
yeah,
where it's just all revolving door, in out in out. Uh,
yeah. So yeah, don't ignore your friends. Make the effort. Put time into people, and yeah, that's pretty much the takeaways here for me,
it's
at
just it's
least.
just that's the thing. Like just once a week. Honestly, honestly reach out to those friends, honestly. Cuz like last year we had a lot of suicides in the furry community, and a lot of those people were like, "Oh, that person was so sweet. I didn't know like there's no way this happened." It's like that's because you didn't check in on them. And then like immediately after it happened, you had all these posts saying, "Checking on your friends, checking on your friends, checking on your friends." And then 2 weeks later, everybody forgot.
Yep.
And it's this. consistent cycle. It's consistent cycle. It's not until a tragedy happens and then people are reminded for like a total of 2 weeks and then they go right back to doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like I had a really rough time. Really rough time, and honestly, I could have killed myself and nobody would have known for like a month. I mean, Frosty would have known the day of, but like everyone else, they wouldn't have known.
Mhm.
Like if Frosty wasn't here, if she didn't exist and like nobody checked in on me, like that would be it. Like nobody would have known. I would have just fucking blipped, just disappeared off the internet and nobody would have known. Like maybe a couple weeks later, someone like, "Hey, where's like what happened to Nitro?" From like a concerned fan. But like besides that, like none of my fucking friends checked in on me. Like random strangers fucking checked in on me.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like fucking random strangers were like, "Hey, Nitro's not like posting anything." Like Nitro deleted his account.
Yeah.
I didn't get shit from the people that are supposed to be my friends. That's what made me so fucking upset. That's what broke me, honestly.
Mm.
It's fucking incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. And it's like
And you
I
know and I'll admit it here. I'll admit it during this episode. I ended up getting somebody who I considered a close friend a birthday commission for their birthday, and I put it in their DMs hoping that they'd see it. They never saw it. You know, I checked in a week later. They never saw that. Checked in a week after that. They never saw that. You know, Christmas came around and I said, "Hey, I hope you have some good holidays and I'll see you someday." And it's been 4 months now and I haven't fucking heard from them.
mm.
But you know what I do see? Do you know what I fucking see? Last seen recently.
Well, o okay, but on Telegram, isn't last seen recently like,
No.
well, there's some sites where last seen recently is just like a placeholder, like, it doesn't actually mean that they were on, like, literally recently, it's just like, "Yeah, they were on, but we're not gonna tell you when they were on," type of thing.
It doesn't encompass 4 months. So
Hmm,
last seen recently was at least in the month.
interesting.
So yeah. Yeah, that broke me. That hit me real hard. Right here. Right here. Hit me real hard. And nobody else helped and nobody else asked. So then we ask ourselves like, "Oh, why is he like that? Oh, he must be on his period. Ha ha."
Mhm. Well,
When people are shitting on me.
and it's all reactionary too. I feel like a lot of people, like, when something like that happens, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm here now, so it doesn't matter." And it's like, "Well, yeah, it does
No, it
matter."
does matter. It does matter, and
Yeah.
that's what I said a lot. It's like it's too late. It's too late. Like you guys should have been there before.
Mhm. And it's like some of your friends are like, "Oh, well, we appreciate what you do, like, we appreciate you," and it's like all this, like, showering of love now in the present, and it's like, no, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, I guess it's nice to hear now, but it's like, where were you when you needed them the most, you know? So, I don't know,
I don't know. I just know
but
that I'm probably never going to behave that way anymore because it's just it's too painful and I don't want to keep doing it.
yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, what a sour note to end on.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, introverts, you fucks, fucking reach out to people. Don't be like me. Like, actually do stuff. Like, reach out to people. You fucks.
Like that, yeah, that's the thing. It's like the more introverts do the whole ghosting thing, the less people like me are gonna reach out.
Yeah, I mean, I got really lucky that I was able to meet you, like, when you were reaching out to people, and hopefully I didn't ghost you at all, like, before we came, like, boyfriend, girlfriend,
No,
but
that's the thing. It's like your situation is different because you were fueled by romantic interest and just being generally horny. So that's a completely different stage. Like that obviously it keeps you going. Like it keeps you interested and it keeps you front and center. Like you could not ignore me
no, but
because
even before, like, the feelings came in when we were just friends and you would check up every day, like, my schedule was ass, so I remember, like, sleeping when you were waking up and all that stuff, but for the most part, like, I dedicated a lot of time to you, which was something I wasn't doing with a lot of people because, again, therapy, and they were like, "Oh, you gotta pay attention to the people that are there in person with you, not, like,
that's the
online
thing. That's the
people."
thing. That's silly and stupid too, right? Because it's
Mhm.
like you got to pay attention to the people that are with you, and then the people that are there, there's nothing to them. There's nothing to pay attention to.
Yeah.
It's a fucking silly vicious cycle. It's like, I would pay attention to you if you were actually fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like attention has to be earned. Like you can't just expect it for free. Like a lot of people like that mentality there. It's like, "Oh, you have to pay attention to me cuz I'm here in person." It's like, no, not really."
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Whew. Whew. I need to have a drink. I need to take a shot, honestly, after this episode. Like I honestly feel like going out and fucking going running 3 miles and fucking letting it all out. Honestly, I am viciously upset. Like this is this kind of stuff that like stirs like the true hatred for people. Like it's the stuff that I have to like sit there and like like hold it in and like until like I don't explode. Like I just gotta.
Until you shit yourself.
Yeah.
No, but it's I get it because it's like it just keeps replaying, 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 and I mean, it's disappointing for sure.
Hmm.
Oh, but
It's
yeah.
like that's the thing. It's like, and I'll say it. Like I'm not against making friends. It's just that I'm not going to be allowing people. At least in my mind, I'm not going to be allowing people to get close anymore. Like the best you're gonna get is like I'll maybe chat daily with you.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all you're gonna get. I'm not gonna tell you my secrets. I'm not gonna fucking tell you, anything deep. I'll listen to people, but you know, I'm done with the betrayal. I'm done with this whole feeling. Like it just makes me feel so disgusting when somebody says like along the lines of like, "Oh, you're too much. Oh, you're making me uncomfortable." It's like I'm making you uncomfortable for what? Studying something that you don't like? Studying something that makes you question things about yourself? Like I'm not there to shit on you. I'm literally there to study things. You know,
Well, a lot of
if I'm studying something that's gender specific, and that makes you upset, you don't have to tell me that it makes you uncomfortable because really that's just that's telling me like, "Hey, I don't want you to do that." And it's like, I need to because somebody needs to because we need to understand these things. And we can't just fucking, oh, I'm going to cover my ears and cover my eyes. I'm going to live happy. Just, I don't fucking know. I want to be fucking oblivious.
Mhm.
So when you tell me those things, like when you tell me, oh, well, it makes me uncomfortable that you're looking into this subject. It's like, why? Why is that? Like, is it because I'm not the right like person to do it? Like, you think I'm not the right person to like acquiring information is not something that should be gate kept to any label. Like, if I'm studying women, I don't have to be a woman. I can study women all I want, and you can't stop me. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and try to shit on women, but I can study them. I can study those, social behaviors. I can, in the same way, study men. I can study every gender. Like, doesn't matter. Like, the point is that I'm gathering information, and it's important to me because I need to try to understand what's happening, at a larger social scale. And there's all these factors that I learn of that people weren't looking at before that are looking at now, and it's like relevant, like, and the big example that I had been recently looking at is birth control, because apparently like nobody knew about all these side effects. Nobody was really talking about them, and a lot of doctors were just saying, oh yeah, here's your prescription. Yeah, there's side effects, but like, whatever, it's acceptable. Who cares?
Yeah, basically.
And it's like nobody actually knows how it's having an impact at the larger scale, how it's changing our entire society. So it's like we can't treat these things as like pure taboo. Like, we actually have to sit down and look at them. We actually have to ask these questions, and we can't just fucking say, "Oh, that makes me uncomfortable." We shouldn't
Yeah.
talk about it. We shouldn't talk about it. It makes me uncomfortable. So what are you gonna do? You're just gonna let big pharma do whatever the fuck they want? Change society just because we don't want to talk about it because it makes you uncomfy?
Yeah, it's
Huh?
like that's always been something like I'm all for fostering discussion about stuff like that. Like, if I were to go out and like research like men's and like the correlation of penis size versus like whatever the fuck, like, and a guy gets mad at me for that, like fuck off. Like
And that's the thing. That's the important thing. It's like, I'm not looking into these things to try to manipulate anybody. I'm not looking into these things because I have a sexual kink for it. Like,
yeah.
I'm looking at these things because they're important towards my research. Because I'm into anthropology. I'm into psychiatry. I'm into psychology. I'm into sociology. It's like I'm there. I'm looking at all this stuff. Like, I take it seriously.
Hmm.
Like, even if the rest of you don't take it seriously. And obviously, I fully understand that nobody's going to take a furry seriously. So I'm already like, I get it. I'm on that mindset. It's like, I'm not going to get taken seriously anyways. If I took like 6 years out of my life and went and got a master's degree specifically for all this stuff, you guys still wouldn't be taking me seriously. Like that's the thing. It's like that's something I was thinking about the other day. It's like it's almost pointless for me to even try to make anything like furry apologia. Like try to, you know, defend the case for the furry society, I suppose. For furries in the open space. Like there it's like because all these things keep happening, like one after the next, after the next, and the next. That it makes the furry community completely indefensible. So it's
Yep.
like I've given up on that front. Like I don't think it's defensible. I don't think the furry fandom is defensible or that it can be like actually mainstream normalized to the point where we can make it like truly safe for work. That's never going to happen.
Mm-mm.
So all I can do is try to understand it and how it fits into the bigger picture because I'm not just looking at the furry fandom alone, I'm looking at a much bigger problem, which is, you know, just social interactions across the board, at least here in the United States. But yeah, okay. No,
Yeah.
that I'm good. I'm good with closing.
Me too.
Um yeah, ditto. Um so yeah, we're going to try to pick up again. I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna make another quick update video because like we've already gone like what, like an hour, so it'll be
Yeah.
hard for people to catch all the way back here, like an update.
Hmm.
So you should probably make a shorter, like 3 minute video explaining why we've been gone. So yeah, Frosty ended up getting COVID and then gave it to me. So our job sites, both our employers basically told us, "Hey, don't come back in like a week." And we were both like, "Okay." But when I thought I was going to be super productive and like do all this stuff and like catch up on Wolf Radio, like I ended up being like so sick that I was just sleeping, like depression sleeping. So it was like I ended up being completely non-productive, and then Frosty was like super, like 10 times more sick than I was.
Yeah, it sucked.
So that's why we've been gone. It's just we got sick, and then we both got into this depression rut because I'm pretty sure at this point I've like developed seasonal affective disorder because the sun literally just hasn't been coming out. Like today was a fantastic day. Like we went outside and it was like 65 degrees and I'm like, "Holy shit, today's perfect." So, I'm probably going to start going back outside. I'm probably going to start biking again and my mood will most likely improve.
Yeah.
So, people betraying me, I will give less of a fuck because I will at least have the sun.
I'll have the sun and the grass outside.
Yeah. So I'll give less of a fuck that I got betrayed again. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go take it out on the trails. I'll go get on my mountain bike and fucking tear up trails. Let out all my anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, that's why we've been gone. But here we go. This was episode 9. It was spicier. I got pretty upset. But from now on, expect them to be spicier like this because yeah, I really broke. So I'm heading in a different direction now where I'm definitely going to be, more obscene, more authentic. I'm definitely giving you the real me 100%. I'm not going to be sugarcoating things anymore. I'm not going to be trying to keep things PG-13 like, we're going to be talking about serious subjects like and I'm not going to be here to defend to baby you. Not a safe space here. So, you know, if this is too much, obviously step away and call it a day and then, go have some ice cream. I personally enjoy coffee ice cream. So, go pamper yourself, but don't try to change how I do things because I am going to be really spiky for a long while.
Yeah. I'll just be here.
Spiky. You'll just be here putting up with my bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Getting shot in the ass by your Nerf guns.
Yeah, so I ended up getting like these they're like foam ball Nerf guns, and they're like the strongest guns I've ever seen when it comes to like Nerf stuff. And it just like you hear the strong ass blap when it hits Frosty's ass, and it's like the best thing ever.
That shit leaves a fucking welt on my ass, I swear.
I love seeing it.
Well, I hope it makes you feel better.
We should like do little clip recordings of me shooting you in the ass. I'm sure there's people that want to see that.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I'm
Well,
sure. We should
fuck
have a
you.
whole separate channel where I just like you bend over a chair and I just shoot you in the ass.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a great fetish channel, honestly.
That sounds like a lot of pain in my future.
Maybe I'll get upgraded springs too.
Oh my god. But not the ones from India, the ones from China.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing that we had an issue with is we had Nerf guns that were built in India were like big super defective. Like the ball would just like droop out of the barrel. And the ones
Yeah.
from China were actually the ones that shoot like at hypersonic speeds.
Like, mind you, they're literally the same gun types. Or are they called the Phantom 2s? Or I forget what they're called. Um, but like just different paint schemes. And so the one in India had the cooler paint scheme, but the shittier insides.
Yeah,
That
so
was interesting.
I had to swap parts between the two to make a cool one for Frosty because she liked the paint on the Indian color design because Amazon ended up splitting the production between China and India. They
Mm-hmm.
sent the weird colors to India, and then the normal colors were to China.
Yeah.
Yeah, little tangent there to end it up, but yeah, we'll be back next week with a new topic that we haven't decided on yet, but
Yeah. So stay tuned.
I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna close it up and have a good night.
Yeah.
Unless you're seeing this in the morning, which good morning or good day, and yeah, this was Nitro Wolf with Wolf Radio. Frosty the Arctic Wolf here. You can find her on X Twitter. And also on Twitch because we're both Twitch streamers. I do Wolf Gaming and Frosty does her thing.
Yeah.
So you can find me by searching up Nitro Woof, WOOF, but still Nitro Woof.
Yep. And then I'm just
And
Frosty the Arctic Wolf on Twitch. So.
yeah, we're usually, playing daily games. We're usually on like Fortnite or whatever else we play. Which we're probably gonna be starting Helldivers or like Starship Troopers just to try that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. I'm gonna close it up because yeah, and hopefully I don't get a big surprise saying that I didn't actually record anything because that would be upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah.
But
Okay, bye guys.
at least Frosty knows how I feel. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am so full of hatred.
Don't be mad.
I am, man. And sad. Sad and stupid, but mostly sad and mad. Okay, I'm gonna close it.